right, hey everyone. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, 2026. It is Sunday, February 15th, 2026, the very first blogcast of 2026. It's been a long wait. Hope everybody had like a good holiday and all that. I know we haven't been here since like the last one was like in December 2025. But anyways, yes, welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 335. Hold on a sec there. Yeah, so anyways, Sunday, February 5th, 2026, the first blogcast of 2026. So anyways, let me go over. All right, so I know we haven't been here. We got some new things, some new shit, but I want to for the people who are watching for the first time, here's my intro. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, the 2026 edition. This is episode 335. Big Jims Blogcast Live airs on Sunday nights on Facebook and the occasional Friday and Wine O'Clock Wednesdays. We're in our 8th year. We just debuted back in 2019. Big Jims Blogcast Live does craft beer reviews. We do craft beer reviews. We've done over 200 and so much. We've done over 300 craft beer reviews. Tonight, we've got Orchard Cherry Lager from Bayside Brewing Company, Erie, Ontario. We accompany that with like a good spirit. We got Crown Royal tonight and a good cigar. We got let's see, all right, a good Cuban cigar here. All right, so anyways, yeah, hold on there a sec. All right, so anyways, expect like when we talk about like classic movies, classic TV, classic pro wrestling. Larry, how are you? Classic rock, classic sci-fi, classic legacy albums, local events, bongos, countdowns, birthday shout-outs. We're up to our friends and with Cactus Jack here. Retro, vintage, classic, nostalgia. Yesteryear, the buzzwords here. Politics and religion are off limits. That's a no-no. Well, thanks for watching. Tune in, turn on, enjoy the show. Like us, share, subscribe to us. Big Jims Blogcast Live are not spam. Cheers, everyone. We'll go over this for the first time tonight. Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms. We're listening to your podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Want to give shouts out to the watching the Sarnia Port Elgin groups, Sarnia Rocks, Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock, Bob Seger groups, Buddy Holly groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, Dallas Cowboys fans. All right, so anyways, I want to take a moment here to, disclaimer. I may say a few bad, dirty words tonight, like shit, damn, screw, fuck, but you know what? Go to your safe space, go to cover your ears, because those words might slip out tonight. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. So, there we go. All right. There, I had to do that for a minute, put that on mute. Anyways, during our last blogcast, I have a very special guest. My wife came in and co-hosted for the last one. I want to introduce you to her. Come on in, Heidi. She's going to be my, she's in the background support. This is Heidi.
Hello.
Wave,
guys.
say hi. She's going to be my bathroom fill-in if I do go to the bathroom. So she's going to be in the background watching the movie. So anyways, hi everybody. So, all right. New chapter here. All right. So anyways, that's that. All right. So, and I might do some more sharing here. So anyways, if, okay, group, let's see, bear with me here. There we go. All right. So, okay. So, all right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, all right. Anyways, people. Okay, if you're out there, say hello. Yeah, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live episode version 8.0, first one for 2026, episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. Now we got that out of the way. I'm gonna do like I said, I do craft beer reviews. Tonight, craft beer is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario. I went to them. I got their glass, and I've got your Crown. Accompanying that is Crown Royal. Accompanying that is a nice Cuban cigar, Cristales. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I want to before now. With all these craft beer reviews, I try these craft beers for the very first time tonight. So I want to get all right, so I'm going to explain to you, let's see here, my craft beer rating system before we get going here. Now, from 10 to 1, all right, outstanding, awesome, excellent, very good, above average, average, below, there we go. We want it to land into the 6 to the 10, so there we go. Also, yeah, so we rate it. What's tonight's craft beer going to be? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. So there we go. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm a bit nervous tonight because this is my first blogcast in a long time. So, but anyways, yeah, as we got that, there's my beer rating system. I also want to show you guys something else. This is from 2023. Your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. Now, there's a 2026 version. The Growler. This is like $3. This is your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. It tells you all about like the up-to-date craft breweries in Ontario, where they are, their beers, so their activities. So it's available at your local LCBO and craft brewery, nearest local craft brewery. Right on. So, all right. We'll put that back here. Boom. All right. So. I don't have the cube this year. I do have the harmonica, though. All right. So, anyways, all right, so let's get going here. All right, good cigar there. Is it Guantanamo Cristos Cuban? All right. So, anyways, all right, here's your Crown Royal. I'm going to try that. There we go. All right. Before we get into the craft beer review, I'll tell you what I got on tap tonight. We've got birthday shout-outs, local events, countdowns, Police Academy 3 back in training, from 1986. It's a years and years. It's a Back to the Future theme this year. So, The Bionic Woman, season 1 from 1976. That's 50 years ago. Wow. NWO Bash at the Beach, the formation of the NWO, 1996. The 3 original members. We've got a new segment called Dallas Cowboys Corner, where we highlight a classic Cowboys player from the Landry, Switzer, and Jimmy Johnson era. Our classic game show, Strike It Rich, our rock star Blaine Crash's Buddy Holly, and of course everybody's favorite this week in Van Halen history. But let's get to the craft beer. So before I open this is see Heidi, Larry. I see you guys are tuning in. This is Orchard Cherry Lager for the Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario. I visited them a couple of years ago. I got one of their glasses here. Now, all right, so I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right, what do we got? There we go. Reaction to the reels. So, yeah, I'm going to open her up, pour her. Now, all right, look at that. Okay. So before I try this, beer, I do give it, I'm going to rate it at the end of the blogcast, like 1 out of 10. And like if you follow along, if you're still here during the blogcast, if you want to throw out a number between 1 and 10, and see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. So before I try this, I don't use fancy words, or I'm very exquisite. This beer is a very exquisite uptown tasting type beer. No, I just go with my gut and what's in here. So, all right, let me do some more sharing. So, all right, group, All right, so Gen X, air bands, love the 80s, 60s, and 70s next. There we go. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. All right, so here we go with Bayside Orchard Cherry Lager, Bayside Brewing. And if somebody could change this, share this blogcast with Bayside Brewing. But anyways, enough about that. Let's try it. All right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, you can taste the cherry in it. There's a little bit of a cherry aftertaste to it. You've got water. The ingredients here are just water, malted barley, cherries, hops, yeast. You can taste the yeast in it too. Not a bad beer. Whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, I'll definitely let you guys know. It's got to grow on me all throughout the blogcast, and so there we go. I'll just do it a little top up. All right. Okay. All right. It's kind of like a fillery, blustery, little bit of a cherry taste to it, the aftertaste, but it does go down really smooth. So, yeah, sweet. That's what comes to mind, sweet. So we'll place this back here. All right. So, all right, and I did bring back up. All right, so, welcome to Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. All right, just sharing a few to, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, so anyways, welcome. We're going to get into some birthday shout-outs here now with my buddy Cactus Jack. All right, so anyways, he's right here. We've got happy birthday shout-outs going on. All right, from February 9th to 15th. Bill Wilson, Kerry McMillan, Mike Woodall, Travis Olson, Josh Fenton, Paul Galbraith, Lee Stewart, Chris Hornbuckle, and Shannon Davidson. There we go. Again, Bill Wilson, Kerry McMillan, Mike Woodall, Travis Olson, Josh Fenton, Paul Galbraith, Lee Stewart, Chris Hornbuckle, and Shannon Davidson. Happy birthday, everybody, from Big Jim Blogcast Live. All right. All right. Yeah, happy birthday, everybody. Boom. Bam. Wait a minute. Why don't, yeah, we've still got Bongos. We've still got the hotline here. Bam. All right. So, anyways, yeah, that's right. We've got the hotline here still. If you want to call up Big Jim Blogcast Live at 1-800-867-5309. Call me up on your rotary phone or your cell. It's toll free to call. Ask me how that beer's going down. Ask me, congratulations on your 8th year of the blogcast. Right on. So, toll free to call, 1-800-867-5309. Cell or rotary phone. Right on. So, all right. Boom. Also, okay. So, all right. Good cigar there. It is a Guantanamo Cristales Cuban. All right. And so, again, I'm going to reiterate tonight. We're going to start off. Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give a shout out to everybody watching in the Sarnia, Port Elgin groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. All right, all the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, Buddy Holly, Bob Seger, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups. Your craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling. Dallas Cowboys groups. Blog and vlog, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's. Oh, yeah. We don't have the Rubik's this year, but you know what? Yeah. But what we do have is a working harmonica. All right, so, okay, and the bullhorn. All right. Big Jims Blogcast Live. Oh, wait, yeah. Big Jims Blogcast Live. There we go. You listen in. All right, boom. All right. So, as with so welcome to Big Jim Blogcast Live 8.0 episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. Our craft beer for tonight, we're accompanied by this good cigar, Cuban cigar. All right. So, and our Crown Royal. Okay. All right. We've got the craft beer for tonight. It is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company. I'll just give this a little top up. I got their glass. Visit this little. Before I do that, I'd like to wish everyone a happy belated Valentine's Day, especially to my own wife Heidi. So I'd be remiss. I'd be really regretted if I didn't mention it. But we went to like a great restaurant last night, La Flamme's. Had double massages, flowers, the whole romantic bit. Doesn't it make you smile? Yes. I don't remember the other restaurant maybe Heidi can type it in. The other restaurant we went to on Friday. But today, we've got Bayside Brewing, Orchard Cherry Lager. I visited Bayside Brewery a couple of years ago. Maybe in 2021, 2020, when the pandemic was still there. But I am trying this beer for the first time tonight. All right. Yeah. Bit of a Heidi, sweetie, what was the other restaurant we went to on Friday? So you can type it in. You don't have to come around. But, yeah. Lola's Lounge. We tried to get into Lola's Lounge, but it was busy. So, yeah. All right. Needed a reservation.
Fully booked.
Yeah. So, anyway, this isn't that bad of a beer to start off. It does go down. It does go down fairly smoothly. You can taste the cherry in it, plus the yeast. And the hops too. Wow, very hoppy. So, but whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, I'll tell you, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. And I give it a rating of 1 to 10 during the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, feel free to throw out a number between 1 and 10. Just set this back here. We'll get into some local events here. For 2026, and then we'll do our countdowns. All right. So, The Hypnotist, Saturday, March 21st, 2026, 8 p.m. at the Sarnia Library Theater, 124th Christina Street, ticketscene.ca if you want to get tickets. Saturday, February 28th, 7:30 is the Hells Bells AC/DC Tribute. Imperial Theater Sarnia, imperialtheater.net for ticket prices. The Galaxy Sarnia Psychic and Crystal Fair, Friday, April 3rd, Friday to April 5th, 2026, the Village Inn, 751 Christina Street, Sarnia. Tickets $10. Eventbrite.ca. There's going to be astrologers, palm readers, mediums there. Sarnia Poutine Feast. Who doesn't like poutine here? Thursday, May 28th, 2026 to... Oh, I got to change that. Fuck. I almost said 2025. All right. to May 31st, Centennial Park in Sarnia. The Sarnia Pop Culture Show, Sunday, April 19th, 2026. 10 a.m. It's the Point Edward Memorial Arena, 210 Monk Street. Comics, cosplay, games, toys, maybe a celebrity guest. You know, I went there a couple of years ago. I've been going there ever since, but I met the Brooklyn Brawler there. Nice guy, endorsed the Blogcast. He's a friend of the Blogcast. Your Pinery Market opening, Sunday, May 3rd, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m., 10163 Lakeshore Road in Grand Bend. Over 250 vendors, live music, $2 admission. 2026 Dog Festival. Dogs Gone Country, Saturday, June 20th, 10 a.m., 2437 Michigan Line in Sarnia, Ontario, hosted by the Sarnia District Humane Society. Check that out. Lambton Film and Food Festival, Thursday, May 28th, 2026, 6 p.m., 24 King Street in Forest, Ontario. It's food, art, music, and films. A film festival. Great. Have a great time there. So, all right. Get to that. All right. Boom. All right. So, boom. Bam. All right. All right. So, anyways, as we get to our countdowns, we're going to have some countdowns here. All right. So, anyways, yes. As you can see, spring, 33 days away. Summer is 126 days away. Daylight savings time is 21 days away, where you move the clocks ahead, I think. Father's Day is 126 days away. Mother's Day is 84 days away. St. Patrick's Day is 30 days away. Easter weekend, Good Friday, is 47 days away. Victoria Day long weekend is 91 days away. Canada Day is 136 days away. And Family Day is tomorrow. That is 1 day away. So I do not have Family Day off. I think most of the province does, but, you know, so anyways. All right, so, yeah. All right. Your harmonica. So, all right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 335. Sunday, February 15th, 2026. And yeah, first blogcast for 2026. Hopefully I don't forget anything. Oh yeah, got the uke right here. Boom. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. As we get into like our first movie, but first we've got like our craft beer for tonight. Our craft beer with a good cigar. Our Cuban Cristanos. They're Guantanamo Cristals Cuba, accompanied like that with like Crown Royal. And our craft beer for tonight is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Erie. There we go. Erie, Ontario. Yeah, that's way over on the other side of Ontario. So I got their glass. Trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Just give it a little top up. Very sweet aftertaste to it, but it does go down very smoothly. You can taste the cherry in it. Very hoppy, very the yeast in it too. So whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, and I got this pegged as a spring beer. God, I mean, I know, like, summer is only like 126 days away. What I'm concerned about are summer, daylight savings time, and and St. Patrick's Day. Spring, spring. I'm concerned. Spring is 33 days away. Thank God. Daylight savings time, 21 days away. Summer, 126 days away. But yeah. All right. So it does go down very smoothly. The cherry taste to it. Cherry, very, very cherry. I do give this a rating out of from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around and you want to throw out a number, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. So, all right, so I'll just set this back here as we move on to our movie for tonight. And I've got it on here, and it is Police Academy 3. Oh, man. So, it is the sequel. I mean, it's Police Academy 3 back in training, and it was released March 21st, 1986. Believe it or not, there were like 7 Police Academy movies. It's a legacy movie. I mean, it is, how old is this movie? 40 years ago this was released. So the cast, Steve Guttenberg as Bubba Smith, David Graff, Michael Winslow. Bubba Smith is Sergeant Moses Hightower, David Graff Sergeant Eugene Tackleberry, Michael Winslow, Sergeant Lavelle Jones, George Gaines, and Commandant Eric Lassard. There's like the cast picture for them. There's another cast picture. Like, I mean, they're interchangeable for the movies there. I loved these movies when I was a kid. So basically, premise of the movie is when the governor announced that the state can't afford to keep both of the police academies open. Commander Lassard and Commander Mauser are pitted against one another. Lassard asked some of his old cadets back. Sergeant Kerry Mahoney, Steve Guttenberg, yeah. I wonder whatever happened to him. Mahoney, Hightower, Tackleberry to train the new. Commander Lassard asked his old recruits to come back and train the new recruits. Mahoney, Hightower, Tackleberry come back to train the new recruits. Commandant Hauser has already concocted an ingeniously evil plan to sabotage his rival. Spoiler alert, Commandant Mauser's cadets fail to stop agents of those dressed as busboys attempting to kidnap the governor, but Commander Lassard's cadets and officers Maloney rescue the governor. The governor shuts down Mauser's academy. Lassard's academy stays open. Lassard Lassard congratulates the academy graduating class, and they salute him. Now, Police Academy 3, okay, because I've got the special features on here. I did post several scenes from the movie on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. Like I said, there's a cast picture of everybody right there, and another one. So, So yeah, Police Academy 3 was actually filmed in Toronto to save money. In some scenes, you can see a Toronto Sun paper box. If you look closely, yeah, you can see a Canada Dry soda machine, a map of downtown Toronto streets, Yonge Street, and the Gardiner Expressway. So yeah, to save money, save costs. The budget for Police Academy 3 back in training was $12 million, but its box office did $108 million. And again, this was released March 21st, 1986. I did post several scenes from the movie on my blogcast page and my Facebook page, so look for it. I'm watching the movie right now. It's on, so all right. So anyways, as you can see, as I strip away, you can see all the years here. You can see 78, 86, all right, 1982, 88, right there. So like I said, this is like a Back to the Future year. With revisiting 86, 88, the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. All right, and so, all right, bongo, oh yeah, boom. All right, for those who needed it, and my sidekick here, Cactus Jack. Big Jims Blogcast Live 2026. 2026. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bam. All right. So, anyways, and if you want to give the hotline a call, it's 1-800-867-5309. On your rotary phone or your cell, ask me how that beer's going down, and Do we want to see more of Heidi, or ask me how's that blogcast doing? Remember, 1-800-867-5309, toll free to call on your rotary or your cell. And so, all right. So, okay, we're having a good time. This is we're in our 8th year, episode 335 of Big Jims Blogcast Live. So anyways, as we get into our classic TV, we have The Bionic Woman. All right, so yes, The Bionic Woman, first season, ABC, 14 episodes from January 1976 to May 1976, 50 years ago. All right, so anyways, we have, of course, it was a spinoff. As you guessed, it was a spinoff of The $6 Million Man. So anyways, yeah, there we go. We have Bionic Woman. We have a very young Jamie Summers as Lindsay Wagner as Jamie Summers. We have Colonel Steve Austin and Jamie Summers. All right. Her boss, Oscar Goldman, and Jamie Summers. Of course. All right. Well, yeah. There we go. That's $6 Million Man right there. Yeah. It aired for 14 episodes from January 1976 to May 1976. It was premise spin-off of the $6 Million Man. Jamie Summers, who is a high school sweetheart of Steve Austin, is a top-ranked tennis player, but a skydiving accident. But during a skydiving date, her parachute malfunctions. She falls to the ground. She suffers terminal injuries to her head, legs, and right arm. Steve Austin and Oscar Goldman save her life by making her bionic, and she becomes, you guessed it, an OSI agent. So she has a bionic right ear, a bionic right arm, and a bionic legs. So, all right. Now the cast: Lindsay Wagner, of course, as Jamie Summers. Richard Anderson as Oscar Goldman, the head of OSI. Martin E. Brooks as a scientist. Lee Majors, of course, as the $6 Million Man, makes a few guest appearances in there. He appears in the pilot, Welcome Home, Jamie, Part 1. ABC premiered The Bionic Woman in January 1976 as a mid-season replacement, and became the most fifth-watched show of the 75-76 season. So the rating schedule, Wednesday nights, it was The Bionic Woman. All right, Wednesday nights from 8 until 9 p.m. NBC had Little House on the Prairie, and ABC had Tony, Orlando, and Dawn. All right, so, yeah. Season 1 with 14 episodes, she tests out her new bionic abilities, rescues like an Armenian ambassador, prevents a missile launch with Steve Austin, goes undercover in a beauty pageant to find a computer circuit, goes undercover in a desert drag race to find like government cassette tape, poses as a flight attendant to stop hijackers. She battles her bionic imposter to stop stealing secret documents. Steve appears in 3 episodes of this season. So the season 1 DVD, I've got like it features interviews with Lindsay Wagner, bionic features and all that, like commentaries from the show's creators and writers, bloopers, gag reel. Of course, Bionic Woman had top-of-the-line toys by Kenner, the doll, board games, metal lunchbox. You know, same as the $6 Million Man. I'm thinking this was 50 years ago. Like, I mean, 50 years ago, what would like $6 million buy now? Like, fuck all. Like, I mean, it probably cost them in 1976 or wherever the timeline, $6 million to save Jamie. So today that would be like a couple of salaries of custodians there. So anyways, yeah, we've got Steve Austin and Jamie Summers right there. We've got like Oscar Goldman and Jamie Summers. Of course, beautiful bionic woman herself, Lindsay Wagner, as Jamie Summers. All right. And yeah, of course, they launched a whole new like toy line for the Bionic Woman, of course. Yeah. So, all right. Huh. All right. Okay. So yeah, and I did post several scenes from I did post their trailer from the Bionic Woman and several scenes from the first season on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So look for it. It's 50 years ago. This aired 50 years ago, so it's like 1976. So there we go. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Boom. All right. Bam. All right. All right. So, anyways, we got a notification here. Let's check this out. Come on. All right. So, what do we got here? All right. So, anyways, yeah. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026, the first blogcast of 2026. Thank you for watching. As we have our craft beer review. It's with a good cigar, a Cuban cigar here. All right, Leslie. I see you've just joined us, so welcome. Accompanying our craft beer for tonight is our Crown Royal. All right, so. All right, and our craft beer for tonight, it is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario, Canada. So, and I've got their glass here. Look at the texture of that. So, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right. And yeah, it's good. It's going to grow on me all through the blogcast. It's got that cherry aftertaste to it. You can taste the yeast and the hops in it too. And what do they say on here? Summer in Rondeau Bay includes many trips to nearby orchards for the best produce in Ontario. When the cherries are on, things get hopping at a local cherry fest. This lager was first brewed in 2014 to help our neighbors celebrate the fruits of summer. It is the perfect balance of sweet and tart and a unique taste of Erio. So I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello, Leslie. So, anyways, yeah, it is. This is a good beer, whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. Goes down very smoothly. You have the cherry aftertaste to it. Yeah, so anyways, if I give it a rate, I give it like a 1 out of 10. I give it a rating from like a 1 out of 10. So if you're still here and sticking around, you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. I'll just set this back here. As we peel away, we've got 1988, 87, 2026, 1978. All right, we look at this and we go, yeah. So, all right. Boom. All right, bam. All right, so, okay. And also, tonight, I'm going to remind you guys that Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms which your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give shouts out to the watching the Port Elgin Sarnia group, Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys rock, supporting Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, Buddy Holly, Bob Seger, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups, all the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Dallas Cowboy vlog group, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, right on. So, so as we get to our all right, the formation, Bash at the Beach. All right, this was instrumental. Okay. All right, so if you get to Bash at the Beach, July 7th, 1996, this was 30 years ago. This is the formation of the NWO, featuring Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, and Scott Hall. And so, anyways, the card, it was at the Beam Center in Daytona Beach. Wrestlers on the card were Jim Powers, Harlem Heat, Eddie Guerrero, Steven Regal, Rey Mysterio Jr., Diamond Dallas Page, Ric Flair, Jim Duggan, Chris Benoit. They all appeared on the undercard for the matches. Now, the main event match were the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and the mysterious third man. I don't think I'm giving anything away here. All right. So, yeah, a little background information here. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, all right, these two, this right there, signed with WCW. They were on their way out of the WWF. They came over to WCW. They started the NWO. Scott Hall appeared on an episode, first episode of Nitro, interrupted a match, WCW Monday Nitro, and said that we're going to war. We came, we saw, we're going to have our third man at Bash at the Beach versus Sting, Lex Luger, and Randy Savage. So Bash at the Beach comes. Luger got knocked out, went backstage. The match continues. Hulk Hogan came down to the ring. It was assumed that when Hulk Hogan came down to the ring, he was there to help out Randy Savage and Sting. So here's where's Sting? So, all right, yeah, there's Sting on the right there. So they made an imposter of him. Anyways, he atomic legs drops Savage, like he gives a leg drop to Savage, and he reveals he's the third man. So, all right. So as all the matches going on, the match ends in a no contest. Randy Savage and Sting are thrown out of the ring. Gene Okerlund comes down and interviews Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. By the way, Kevin Nash is the surviving member of the NWO, the core NWO. He interviews Hulk in the ring and all the trash is going, the debris. Fans throw everything in the ring. Mean Gene gets hit with a cup of ice, keeps on going, way professional. And they said they dubbed the group the New World Order of Wrestling. The aftermath of it, they are taking over. They are taking over WCW. This heightens this kickstarts this puts the Monday Night Wars, WCW against WWF. WCW, because of the NWO, were dominant 83 weeks in a row in the ratings. So, but this wouldn't last. But anyways, yeah, you've got the core of the NWO right there, the Hulkster, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Now, all right, and as you can see that, Mean Gene is in the ring with them, like trash being pelted. All right, the New World Order, and WCW Monday Nitro. Okay, and yeah, Scott Hall came down to war. All right, so, and yeah, so, but Eric Bischoff, the head of WCW, Hulk Hogan was like, should I do this? Should I not? But I'm glad he did it because he was getting boring to watch. That Hulkamania, say your prayers, train, eat your vitamins, something was getting boring. So, anyways, he had to change. But if Hulk Hogan didn't come, Eric Bischoff's first choice was Sting for that. But it wouldn't have worked. So, yeah, there we go. Bash at the Beach, July 7th, 1996, 30 years ago. And the core group of the NWO, you got Kevin Nash, the departed Hulk Hogan, departed Scott Hall. Kevin Nash is the sole survivor of the NWO. So, excuse me. And I did post several Bash at the Beach matches, and the Hulk Hogan's heel turn at Bash at the Beach when he leg dropped, shocking, when he leg dropped Randy Savage. And so, yeah, so anyways, and they would go on to win 83 weeks in a row. The NWO got watered down, basically, but there we go. Bash at the Beach, July 7th, 1996, with the core version of Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, and Scott Hall. So, and who would have thought that Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall would be dead, passed away, so, but anyways, yeah. That is the core version of the NWO at Bash at the Beach. That kickstarted the whole 83-week WCW versus WWF Monday Night Ratings War, which, of course, no spoiler alert here, everybody knows that WCW folded and WWE actually bought their competition. So, wow. That was a... And I did post several, like, Bash at the Beach matches and Hogan heel turn on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. All right. All right. So, anyways, yeah, this is. Okay, yeah. Wow, that was a nutshell. All right. Yeah, bongo solo there. Boom. All right. So, anyways, yeah, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 335. Sunday, February 15th, 2026. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. Happy belated Valentine's to everybody out there. My craft beer for tonight, it is accompanied by a good Cuban cigar there, along with, like, your Crown Royal, accompanying that. All right. Cheers, everybody. All right. So, I'm going to, like, okay, as we peel away 1987, 1988, 1976, 79, 82. All right, we got our craft beer for tonight. I got a fresh one here. Going to top her up. All right. So, the craft beer for tonight, it is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company in Ario, Ontario. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right. So, yeah. It goes down very smoothly. There's a very cherry aftertaste to it. Whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast, but I'll start us out. It's good spring beer. Good spring beer. It'll be a good spring beer. So to start out, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10 and later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here and sticking around, you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so, like most people have done in the past. We're all about audience participation here. There might be a bathroom break later on, I don't know. If there is, Heidi will come and say hi. So hopefully she will. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, a little cherry aftertaste to it, not bad. I'm going to start it out by being a good spring beer. Spring being like about a couple of weeks away. On my calendar there, March 20th. And so, can't wait for that. It's been a brutal winter time. So I'll just place this back here. All right. So, okay. Boom. Bam. All right. As we start with like a new thing here, we've got like our. I recently watched the Cowboys documentary the Dallas Cowboys documentary on Netflix. America's Team, the Gambler and His Cowboys. This guy right here, Jerry Jones. All right, so anyways, it got me thinking, why not do a classic cowboy profile of a classic cowboy player? We've got, in the Cowboys have only won 5 Super Bowls in the past. Like, their last Super Bowl win was like in 1995. So we've got current and the owners here not shown. Clint Murchison Jr., 1966 to 1984. We got Bum Bright from 1984 to 1989. Jerry Jones over here from 1984 to present. We've got like the legendary coach Tom Landry here. He went to 2 Super Bowls. Coach Jimmy Johnson, who went to 2 Super Bowls, brought the Cowboys to 2 Super Bowls, and Barry Switzer from 1 Super Bowl in 1995. Now, of course, a backstory here. If you've seen the documentary, Um, if you've seen the documentary, I've watched it a couple of times, and it's a good documentary to watch on the Dallas Cowboys if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. Jerry Jones took over the team from Bum Bright, unloaded it. Bum Bright had financial problems. Jerry Jones fired Tom Landry, and he was lambasted in Texas for doing so. He hired Coach Jimmy Johnson. So long story short, after a power play, after 2 Super Bowls, Jimmy Johnson fired, resigned, quit, and Jerry Jones hired Barry Switzer, who went on to win the 1995 Super Bowl and then quit after that, and they haven't seen a Super Bowl since. So, all right. So as we do that, all right. Okay. So as we do that, we've got classic cowboy. All right, Nate Newton. Now, I posted most of his highlights on my blogcast page, my Facebook page. So, for argument's sake, Nate Newton, he was under the coachingship of under the tenures of Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer. He was born December 20th, 1961. He's age 64, 6 foot 3 inches, weighed 335 pounds. His career stats: amateur. He went to college, Florida A&M from 1979 to 1982. Pro, he got drafted by the Washington Redskins in 1983. Then drafted the Tampa Bay Bandits of the USFL 1984-1985. Then to the Dallas Cowboys from 1986 to 1998, and the Carolina Panthers 1999. Now, his career awards: 3-time Super Bowl champion, 1992, 94, and 95. First All-Team Pro, 1994 and 1995, 2 times. 6-time full Pro Bowl from 1992 to 1996 to 1998. Games played, 198 games. He's featured in the Cowboys documentary, by the way. 1994, and inducted into the Florida A&M University Sports Hall of Fame. College career, he played both offensive and defensive line on the Florida Rattlers team. Pro career, he plays for 2 years for the Tampa Bay Bandits. In 1986, he signs with the Dallas Cowboys, started at left guard, moved to right tackle. From 1992 to 95, he was a part of the Dallas offensive line, known as the Great Wall of Dallas, with Eric Williams, Mark Tuanay, Kevin Gagnon, Mark Stefanowski, and John Giesick. 1999, he signs as a free agent with Carolina Panthers. Plays 7 games as a backup guard. December 14th, he was placed on the injured reserve list with a torn right tricep tendon. He was not re-signed after the season, and he chose to retire. So here's a good career. Cheers to the career of Nate Newton. Your Dallas Cowboys classic player. So under the tutelage of Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer right there. So, all right. Boom. Okay. All right. Bam. All right. So, anyways, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 335, Sunday, February 18th, 2026. We've got a harmonica. We don't do the cube anymore. There we go. And we've got Cactus Jack here. Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 2026. All right. So, yeah. All right. Bam. And if you want to call me up on the hotline, it is 1-800-867-5309. Toll free to call. Call me on your rotary phone or your cell. All right. So, anyways, 1-800-867-5309. Ask me, call me up. Leave a comment. How's that beer working out? We love the blogcast. Right on. So, 1-800-867-5309. All right. Bam. All right. Okay. Okay. Our craft beer for tonight, accompanied by this good cigar. All right. It is a Guanabara Cuba cigar. Accompanying that is our Crown Royal Vanilla, or Crown Royal. All right, so, and we have, yes, from Erio, Ontario, Canada, from the Bayside Brewing Company, it's Orchard Cherry Lager. I've got their glass here. Look at the texture of that. I'll just top her up here. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight, you know. And when I do these craft beer reviews, I don't go, well, it's a very exquisite, very high class, high tasting, highbrow. You know, I just go, no, I don't do that. I go with my gut and what's in here, you know. So, yeah. And so, all right. It's a good beer. You can taste the cherry in it. There's a little bit of hop and yeast in there, too. I'm going to go as far as say it's a good spring beer. It's, you know, the first day, I'd recommend this on the first day of spring because it's made for spring. So, no unpleasant aftertaste to it. All right. So, yeah, there is no unpleasant aftertaste to it. It goes down really smoothly. I'm sorry, there is a little bit of a cherry aftertaste to it, but it's really sweet. That's the key word I got here, sweet. So, and I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, feel free to throw out a number, as we've done in the past. So, I'll just place this back here. All right. This year it's a Back to the Future theme. We've got like years from like 1978, 2026, 1986, 1974, 73, 79, 76, 1980, 88. Yeah. So, anyways, all right. Okay. From 40 years ago. All right, we've got our classic game show. All right. Okay. So, anyways, we've got Strike It Rich. It's our classic one-hit wonder game show. Anybody remember this? Like, Strike It Rich aired during the 1986-87 season in syndication, hosted by Joe Garagiola. September 15th, 1986 to September of 1987. Now, the premise, two couples compete to move across a bi-level like archway by answering trivia questions. Starting the game, players starting the game started with the couple on the bottom level who had a choice of 1, 2, 3 to answer questions to fulfill enough greetings, answering enough greetings to complete the contract, awards a couple, moves the couple control. Failing like they're each and every way, failing to do so, pass control of the opposing couple. If neither couple completed the contest, the category was taken out of play, and the first couple was shown the questions and answers. There's like the level right there. There's a Strike It Rich podium. The dominant couple that gained control was, while moving across the archway, had to avoid the show's villain, the bandit. The couple pushed the button to determine what was on the prompter, and if the bandit wasn't there, they won their segment. When the competing couples passed the seventh monitor, it was the last question, Strike It Rich, that would win the game. First couple to answer the question wins the whole game. Both teams, though, were able to keep any prizes they banked during the game. But as of January 2019, Strike It Rich episodes were on the Amazon Prime. Buzzer and one episode of Strike It Rich aired on January 17, 2023. So I posted several segments from Strike It Rich. I posted several videos of that on my blogcast page and my Facebook page, hosted by Joe Garagiola. And this was like the podium. Opposing couples stood across from each other and tried to answer questions while avoiding the bandit. So there we are. All right. And like I said, I did post several several videos of Strike It Rich on my blogcast page and my Facebook pages. There we go, from 1986. That was like, fuck, holy shit. That was from like 40 years ago. And so, boom, bam. All right. Okay. So, bam. All right. Boom. All right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. Thank you for watching. So, anyways, the day the music died. But before that, Heidi, can you come in and sit in? No response. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom because she's my fill-in. And so, all right. All you gotta do is sit here and wave and. Okay. All right. And say you gotta say hello to my beautiful wife.
Oh my God.
All right. There we go. All right. Just sit there, say hi, and look pretty.
Oh my God. Hello, guys. How are you? How was your Valentine's? Thank you for joining with my husband's vlog. How was your Sunday? You can just type in. Feel free to comment on our chat box. How was your Valentine's Day? Okay, going back. My husband is here.
Thank you, Heidi. All right. And yes, that was my wife. Beautiful. Here's your cell phone, baby.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And that was my wife filling in for me when I did a little bathroom break there. So, anyways, yeah. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. All right. As we get to our rock star plane crashes the day the music died. All right. So, anyways, all right. We got a notification here. Let's see. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Big Jim Blogcast Live 2026, 8.0. Our first blogcast for 2026. We'll get to the day the music died, shockingly. It happened 67 years ago today, or 67 years ago, February 3rd. Still fresh, like, but anyways, our craft beer for tonight, it is accompanied by a Guantanamo Cristal's Cuban cigar and our, like, Crown Royal. All right, so, our craft beer for tonight, it is Orchard Cherry Lager. It is by the Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario, Canada. That's on the way on the side of Ontario. I visited that brewery about a couple of years ago, maybe 2021, when they were still, when it was COVID, it was still in lockdown. But I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Yeah. This is a good spring beer. Cherry. There's the cherry aftertaste to it. I'm gonna give it a little top up here. So. All right. So you see that I've got one of their glasses here. It's a good spring beer. I'll start us off with that. Good spring. With like, and spring is like March. I've got it. March 20th. Friday, March 20th. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah. It is. All right. I can definitely say this is a good, like, back deck patio beer. It's It's good, like, this would go good with salads, all right? Caesar salad, Cobb salad, garden salad. It's a good salad beer. So, and yeah, like I said, I do give this a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here, sticking around, if you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. So I'll just place this back here. All right. So, as we get to the day the music died. All right. All right. This guy, Buddy Holly, all right, our rock star plane crashes. We've got like our plane here. Now, along with like, oh, wait a minute. All right, let me do. Okay, so, all right. So, anyways, yeah, our guy here, Buddy Holly, the day that he was a good singer. He sang "That'll Be the Day That I Die," Peggy Sue. The crash also involved the Big Bopper and Richie Valens. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. It happened February 3rd, 1959. This was the result of the plane crash. All right. So, anyways. It was in Clear Lake, Iowa, United States. The plane was a Beechcraft Bonanza. They took off at like Mason City Municipal Airport. The pilot was Roger Peterson. Passengers Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens. So the weather at the time of the takeoff was light snow, winds from 20 to 40 miles per hour with a visibility of 10 miles. The Bonanza had impacted terrain at high speed, going at 170 miles per hour, banked steeply to the right, and at a nosedive altitude. Well, and it was like this. Whoa, boom, bam. All right. So the right wing tip struck the ground first, sending the plane into a cartwheel across a frozen field for 540 feet before stopping at a wire fence at a neighboring property. All aboard were killed instantly. The official investigation: Roger Peterson had 4 years of flying experience, was not qualified to fly in weather under instrument rules. The Civil Aeronautics Board concluded that the pilot made an unwise decision to fly a flight that required instrument flying skills. He did not have them, and this was seriously inadequate weather. So the winter dance party that they were supposed to go to continued on with Waylon Jennings and Bobby V filled in for Buddy Holly. Waylon Jennings? All right. So anyways, yeah. Waylon Jennings, you know him. He was like the narrator for the Dukes of Hazzard, famous country singer in his own right. He, like Waylon Jennings and Buddy Holly, had a coin toss to see who would fly this plane. They had the bus too. Buddy Holly had a choice between. All right, Buddy Holly. All right. So Buddy Holly and Waylon Jennings had a choice of the plane or the bus. It all came down to a coin toss. You know what? Who would take the bus and who would take the plane? Buddy Holly lost that coin toss. As they actual factual words here, Buddy Holly said, I hope your bus freezes," jokingly. And Waylon Jennings says, "I hope your plane crashes," jokingly, just jokingly to each other. And then the plane crashed, and it did. Waylon Jennings was like, whoa. It's like those words haunted him for decades. It was like, yeah. So it was like, it went down, the plane, right, the wingtip, bam, boom. Game over for Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens. Life tragically cut short in that. So anyways, yeah, there we go. Buddy Holly. You got the Big Bopper and Richie Valens. And here's a couple of photos from the plane crash itself. There we go. And yeah, this is when the plane first crashed. And whoa, that was like doozy. Holy shit. So anyways, yeah. But imagine being Buddy Holly and Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings, you know, was a successful country singer. Will go on to be the narrator for the Dukes of Hazzard. So, but those words would haunt him for decades. Well, I hope your plane crashes. I did. So, but he did. How would you know? Like, I mean, you wouldn't know. So, yeah. And I did post several videos of like from a documentary on the Buddy Holly plane crash on my Facebook page, my Blogcast page. So look for them. There we go. So, bam. All right, and that was 67 years ago, February 3rd. So, yeah, that the day the music died. And Jim, I forget who did that. Wait a minute. The name escapes me. But the day the music died, Don somebody. Sang about that, the day the music died. Don. The day the music died. And American Pie, Don McLean. Yes, that was about like that was about his the plane crash and losing Buddy Holly. Yeah. So, anyways, bam. And I did post more of like in-depth like videos of the Buddy Holly plane crash on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. All right. Boom. All right. So, all right. Before we get to, I just want to say that I'm going to remind you that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms. Register your podcast to plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. I want to give shouts out to the watching the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. And Michelle, you guys rock. Sarnia rock, supporting Sarnia 2.0. The pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, Bob Seger, Buddy Holly, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, Dallas Cowboys, classic TV movies, birthdays, Bongos. Right on, people. All right. All right. So, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, Sunday, February 15th, episode 335, first one of 2026. All right, yeah. With our craft beer every night, I got a good cigar here. It's a Guantanamo Cristal's Cuban cigar. I've got like the Crown Royal with it. Good match. Cheers, everyone. Our craft beer for tonight, it is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario, Canada. I got with her glasses, Bayside Brewing. Look at that texture. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. I'll top it up. All right. Good spring beer. Good back deck beer. Good salad. Goes good with salads. Any type of salad. And fish. I got a reading on that. It's a cherry aftertaste to it, which is pretty good, by the way. 4.1% alcohol volume. I visited Bayside Brewery about 2021, I think. But yeah, I got this is a good spring beer, good back deck beer, good salad beer, goes good with fish. And yeah, and I do give this a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast coming up. And if you're still here and sticking around, you want to throw out a number, feel free between 1 and 10, what I'm going to give it, feel free to do so. Matches up with mine, hey, right on. As we get to our classic album, all right, so, all right, so yeah, our classic album for tonight, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. All right, it is Night Moves. Classic Bob Seger album, best Bob Seger album you can do. Released October 22nd, 1976, which makes it 50 years old. Great music never goes out of style, does it? And there's a picture of the band right there. This was released October 22nd, 1976. Recorded at 3 different studios: Muscle Shoals Sound Studios in Sheffield, Alabama, Papa Studios in Warren, Michigan, and Nimbus 9 Studios in Toronto, Ontario. So 3 different ones. Produced by Bob Seger, his manager Punch Andrews, longtime Seger and Kid Rock manager, and Jack Richardson, the late Jack Richardson. Jack Richardson, who's worked with Alice Cooper, Kim Mitchell, the Guess Who, the Irish Rovers. This is Bob Seger's 9th studio album. You got the Silver Bullet Band, Drew Abbott on lead guitar, Robin Robbins on piano, organ, Alto Reed on saxophone, Chris Campbell on bass, Charlie Allen Morton on drummer. The song side 1, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, Night Moves, The Fire Down Below, Sunburst. Side 2, Sunspot Baby, Main Street, Come to Papa, Ship of Fools, Mary Lou, Come to Papa, I'll be your papa. All right, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, my favorite songs in the album. But yeah, Night Moves was the first single of the album, based on Seger's teenage love affair in the early 60s. Growing up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, dark-haired Italian girl, points all alone, sitting way up high. Night moves. Do, 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 do. Seen the video for this, Matt LeBlanc and Daphne Zinga. Friends and Melrose Place are in it. Night Moves reached number 4 on the USL Billboard singles charts, 1976. Second single, Main Street, released April 1977, went to number 24 on the USL Billboard album Hot 100. Seger was singing about Main Street in Ann Arbor, Michigan when he grew up, the pool hall, the hustlers, etc. Third single, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, released June 1977, peaks at number 41 on the Billboard Hot 100. Sony is saying that Seger, after it, this was Seger, his inspiration most for his album after attending a high school reunion, returns to the place you love when you're 16. It was a tribute to Chuck Berry. Night Moves was also Bob Seger's breakthrough album into superstardom. The album was Bob Seger's first platinum selling album, selling over 1 million copies. We got the Bob Seger Silver Bullet Band right there. So, yeah, my favorite songs off of here were Come to Papa, bum 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 bum. My favorite songs, yeah, Night Moves, Fire Down Below, Rock and Roll Never Forget, Sunspot Baby, Main Street, Come to Papa. They're all great songs on here, no filler. So if you're ever for all the Bob Seger fans out there, you see this one album, it's a great album. It's what do we got on the inside here? Just the credits and all that, and Mr. Seger. All right, I'm not going to open it all the way there, but yeah, great album. If you see it, pick it up. It's one of those classic albums that stands the test of time there for Bob Seger's Night Moves, an album that's 50 years old, released October 22nd, 1976. So, all right. As you can see, we got our years: 1984, 1971, 1980, 1975, 1977, 1985, 1973. There we go. All right. And I did post the video Night Moves, and a couple of other songs from the album on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So look for it. Boom. Da da da. Come to Papa. I'll be your papa. All right. There we go. Boom. Bam. bongo solo there for everybody that did that. Oh, yeah. All right. Big Jims Blogcast Live. Hey, you there. Watch it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's been like, we've got the harmonica here, too. So, all right. And my friend Cactus Jack. So, all right. So, anyways. All right. So, boom. And if you want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. It's toll free to call. You can use your rotary phone or your cell. Ask me how that beer's going down and how you like the blogcast. There we go. 1-800-867-5309. Toll free to call. All right. So there we go. And as you can see here, we've got 1983. All right. So, yeah. Our craft beer we got going on for tonight. Accompanied by a good cigar. I got another one on backup. It is a Guantanamo Cristals Cuba. We've got like our Crown Royal. All right, so and our craft beer for tonight, it is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company in Erio. I'm hoping Erio. I'm just going to say Erio, Ontario. It is, like I said, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Give it a little top up. Yeah. All right. It is like a good spring beer, heading into summer, half of summer, good spring, into the summer. Well, I'm going to peg this as a good spring and fall beer. I can't see this being in the summer. It's a good back deck beer, good patio beer. It goes good with it would go good with any type of salad or fish. Or like when you're getting together with some friends over a game of cribbage, So this would be the beer for you. So it's Orchard Cherry Lager, and it does have like that cherry aftertaste to it. Not bad at all. And like I said, I'm going to give it a rating from 1 out of 10 shortly. So if you're still here and sticking around, you might want to throw out a number. See if it matches up with mine. Feel free to do so. So, all right. Bam. All right. Boom. All right. All right. Well, that's outlived its usefulness. All right. So, anyways. Yes. All right. Got a good cigar here, Guantanamo, like Cristals Cuba. As we get into our my most favorite time of the blogcast, it's called This Week in Van Halen History. Right on. It's representing all eras of the band. We've got the Michael Anthony era. We've got the Sammy Hagar era. We've got the Gary Cherone era and the Wolfgang Van Halen era. So this week in Van Halen history from February 9th to February 15th. February 9th, 1987, David Lee Roth plays the Mecca Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. February 10th, 1978, Van Halen releases their debut album. All right. Van Halen. All right. So, February 10th, 1984, Van Halen plays the Knoxville Civic Center Coliseum in Knoxville, Tennessee. February 11th, 1983, Van Halen plays Clara Stadium in Buenos Aires, Argentina. February 11th, 1987, David Lee Roth plays the Civic Center. What do we got here? Plays the Civic Center in Columbus, Ohio. February 12th, 1977, Van Halen plays the Starwood Club in Hollywood, California. February 12th, 2015, Edward Van Halen is interviewed by Denise Kwan at the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. February 13th, 1988, David Lee Roth album, Skyscraper. Yeah. Enters like the Billboard album chart at number 22. February 13th, 1984, Van Halen played the Coliseum in Richmond, Virginia. February 14th, 1983, Michael Jackson released the single Beat It off the album Thriller, featuring Edward Van Halen's guitar solo, which Edward Van Halen did for free, reportedly did for free. February 14th, 1984, Van Halen played the Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. February 15th, 1992, Van Halen released a single off the album for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, otherwise known as Fuck. Oh, that's a bad, dirty word. All right. February 15th, 2020, David Lee Roth opens for Kiss at the Civic Center in Peoria, Illinois. And that is all for this week in Van Halen history. Right on. So, okay. Okay. All right. So, and yeah, so if you want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309, you just toll free to call me on your rotary phone or your cell. How's that beer going down? Yeah. So, and how's the blogcast doing? Right on. Toll free to call on your rotary phone or your cell. 1-800-867-5309. All right. So, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So, and before we do that, before we rate the beer, I'm going to give you a bongo solo. Boom. All right. It's a years and years. The beers I posted like from 1977, 78. We got 86, 81, 1976, 1979, 1988, 1983. 2026, 2006, right on. So, yeah. And before I rate the beer, I want to remind everybody that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all these audio listening platforms, or your podcast, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. I want to give shouts out to you watching the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. Michelle, you guys rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, Bob Seger, Buddy Holly, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock groups, the Dallas Cowboys groups, craft beer, cigar, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's. All right. Harmonica there. So, and yeah, I am going to rate the beer. I am going to give my final thoughts on this beer, accompanied by like a good cigar, Cuban cigar, and accompanied by like our Crown Royal. All right, so all right. So, anyways, as I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight, I'll give it a little top up. All right, there we go. That is all right. So it is Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario. My final thoughts on this beer. It's a good tasting beer. It's got a cherry aftertaste to it. You can taste the hops in it. It's a good spring and fall beer. I don't see it being as a summer beer, maybe a wintertime beer. I don't like, not definitely, but spring and fall. Good with salads, fish. Good back deck beer. Good start of summer beer. Good start of spring beer, which is March 20th, Friday, March 20th. So I've thought long and hard about this. All right. So as I go through my all right. So as I go through, all right. As I go through, okay. Let's see. All right. What am I? I'm definitely not going to give it that. Definitely not. There we go. All right. So I am going to give it a 6 out of 10. And where do we land on that? Where does that land? Above average. Okay, I'm going to tell you. There we go. All right. Above average, tastes pretty good, drinkable, but nothing else going on here. And yeah, that's the way I feel about this beer. So 6 out of 10 to like Orchard Cherry Lager by the Bayside Brewing Company. I'll type that in. Whoa. There we go. So 6 out of 10 to the Bayside, to Orchard Cherry Lager. The Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario, Canada. As I said, it's a good spring and fall beer. Good for fish and salads. Good for like cribbage games. Good for the first start of spring. So 6 out of 10. So all right. So anyways, cheers everyone. There you go. There are my final thoughts on this beer. Oh. All right. So. Okay. So anyways, yeah. So if you want, all right. So if you want t-shirts like mine, now I know I've been asked about like the t-shirts. And if you want a t-shirt like mine, or a baseball jersey, or any like tank top, all right, any like you with like if you want a baseball jersey with the logo on the front and the back, or a regular t-shirt, or a classic t-shirt, Big Jim's House Blogcast Live, inbox me on my regular page, or my Facebook page. They are $35, shipping and handling included, and it's 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. And I know I've sent out like a few of these t-shirts to happy people. Right on. So I am going to give you guys my motivational quote. The comeback is always stronger than the setback, and that's by Unknown. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. All right. So we've had a good time tonight. All right. So all right, people. Yeah, so this is the first blogcast of 2026. Anyways, okay, so that's it for me. All right. All right, people. That's it for me. Big Jim this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 335, Sunday, February 15th, 2026. We did a 6 out of 10 to Orchard Cherry Lager by Bayside Brewing Company in Erie, Ontario. Our birthday shoutouts: Bill Wilson, Terry McMillan, Mike Woodall, Travis Olson, Josh Fenton, Paul Galbraith, Lee Stewart, Chris Hornbuckle, Shannon Davis, and we did local events countdowns. We did like Police Academy Free Back in Training, The Bionic Woman from 1976, 1996 the NWO Bash the Beach, Cowboys Corner with Nate Newton, classic game show Strike It Rich from 1986, a Rockstar Plane Crashes Buddy Holly from 67 years ago, our classic legacy album Bob Seger from Night Moves, and this week in Van Halen history. And our quote: the comeback is always stronger than the setback. And remember, Big Jim Podcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms. This is a podcast you can play on YouTube channel. Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. And you can search out the watching Sarnia Port Elgin group, Sarnia Rocks. I'll show you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro classic, vintage nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups. Bob Seger, Buddy Holly, Dallas Cowboys, Craft Beer, Star Sci-Fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, Pro Wrestling, March Black, Classic TV Movies, Birthdays, Bongos. You're not going to see me next weekend. The following weekend after that. And yeah, all new shit. So anyway, cheers, people. I'm going to say enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah. So, all right. So, the Big Jim Podcast Live. I'm Jim. And I gotta give shouts out to like my wife Heidi for filling in. So, anyways, cheers, everybody. Yeah. All right. All right. It's years in your ears. Remember that. 1978, 1986, 1977, 89, 87. Yeah. From 1973. All right. There we go. All right. Cheers, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.